A man who begs for love isn't a lover. He's a servant dressed as one. And a servant can never be desired, only pitied. In the realm of attraction, softness doesn't win thrones. Presence does, control does, power does. The truth that most modern men ignore is brutally simple. Women don't chase what's available. They crave what's uncertain. They are drawn, almost against their will, to the man who stands just beyond reach. The man whose silence feels heavier than another's confession. The game of attention. Every relationship begins with a single exchange, attention. And the man who gives it away too freely signs away his value before the game even begins. Every text, every fast reply, every emotional essay about feelings. These aren't acts of romance, they're signals of dependence. A man who explains himself too much isn't confident. He's hoping to be understood because he can't handle being misunderstood. And the moment a woman feels that, she loses the instinct to chase. The strongest men don't win by saying more. They win by saying less. They speak with silence, not scarcity, but intention. Their calm becomes mystery. Their mystery becomes value. The power of silence. The lion doesn't roar to prove he's powerful. He moves in silence until the moment calls for precision. You must do the same. When she texts, wait, not out of ego, but out of mastery. Let the silence stretch. Let her curiosity work for you. Women don't fall for men who answer everything. They fall for men who make them question why he hasn't answered yet. Because that mystery pulls at something ancient in them. The instinct to pursue what feels rare. Mistaken modern advice. Society today tells men to open up, share everything, prove you care. And yet, look around. The more devotion a man shows too early, the faster it loses impact. Why? Because abundance kills desire. The more she knows she has you, the less she feels the need to earn you. Love built on constant reassurance isn't love. It's management. A woman doesn't want to be your therapist. She wants to be in awe of you, to feel that she's entered a world she didn't build. The frame of power. In every interaction, one person sets the tone. One person defines reality. That's called the frame. And whoever controls the frame, controls the connection. If you're reacting to her mood, you've already lost control of the frame. If you're explaining your worth, you've handed her the crown. Control doesn't mean dominance through aggression. It means emotional sovereignty. It means your world doesn't shake because of her silence, her test, or her drama. A man who can't hold his emotional line will spend his life chasing validation. But the one who can sit calmly in uncertainty becomes magnetic. Detachment is power. Detachment isn't coldness, it's discipline. It's the ability to care without craving, to feel without folding. When she withdraws, you don't chase. When she cancels, you don't demand explanations. Your silence will echo louder than any emotional outburst ever could. Men lose attraction because they overreact. Powerful men observe, they calculate. They understand that a single act of stillness communicates more strength than hours of convincing ever could. The balance of warmth and authority. You can be kind without being weak. You can be warm without being desperate. Charm means nothing without control. True confidence is quiet. It doesn't prove, it projects. And that's why women are drawn to it, not consciously, but instinctively. A woman doesn't desire a man who constantly seeks her approval. She desires a man who seems immune to it, because his self-assurance tells her one thing: he is complete with or without her. That completeness is the new currency of attraction. Mystery and value. Desire doesn't grow in the light. It thrives in the dark, in the unspoken, the uncertain, the almost known. When she knows every detail of your life, every plan, every feeling, she stops wondering. And once curiosity dies, attraction follows. Mystery is not deceit, it's restraint. It's the art of revealing slowly, deliberately. Each piece she earns makes her value it more. Don't give her the whole story. Give her fragments, give her texture, tone, a hint of something deeper. Let her imagination do the heavy lifting, because imagination fuels obsession. The law of uncertainty. Clarity is comfort, but comfort kills passion. When a woman can define you completely, she stops thinking about you. You don't need to confuse her. You just need to be unpredictable in a grounded way. Predictability is the death of desire. Uncertainty, when paired with composure, becomes intoxicating. When she feels your presence but can't quite label it, she leans in. That's the moment when fascination begins. Lead, don't follow. Men often lose not because they're unworthy, but because they follow her rhythm instead of leading their own. She decides the timing, the tone, the pace, and he adapts. But every time he adapts, he communicates one message. You lead. I follow. Leadership in attraction isn't control through words, it's control through energy. You define your standards, you hold your ground. You don't ask, what do you want this to be? You say, here's what I'm about. Here's what I value. When your direction is clear, she either aligns or she leaves. Either way, you stay unmoved. The tests of attraction. Every woman will test a man she feels something for. Not because she wants to destroy him, but because she wants to measure him. She needs to know if your words hold weight, if your emotions rule you, or if you rule them. When she withdraws affection, do you panic? When she challenges your standards, do you fold? When she gets emotional, do you rise to match it? If you do, she loses respect. But if you stay composed, she feels safe and drawn at the same time. Women test to find the edges of your strength. Pass those tests not with words, but with silence, patience, and consistency. Presence. That lingers. Power doesn't vanish when you walk away. True presence remains. Even when you're not around, she should still feel your standards, like invisible walls defining what's allowed and what isn't. That's what emotional gravity feels like. You don't have to control her. Your composure makes her want to follow. Your steadiness makes her question her chaos. That's leadership, not through dominance, but through direction. The art of detachment, revisited. Emotional detachment is not the absence of feeling. It's the mastery of it. You don't suppress emotion, you channel it. You choose when to feel, when to speak, when to walk away. A man who cannot detach is a man always negotiating from weakness. He can't say no, he can't walk away. His love becomes his leash. But a man who is detached, not numb, just centered, becomes unshakable. He holds the power of silence, and that silence drives curiosity. Curiosity drives desire, and desire drives pursuit. The myth of total honesty. Modern culture preaches radical honesty. Tell her everything, share every thought. But the truth is, full exposure kills fascination. Honesty should be selective, not deceptive, but strategic. When you share everything, you remove her need to explore. She stops asking questions because you've already given her every answer. Never be an open book. Be a locked journal. Every page she earns keeps her engaged. The untouchable frame. Frame is the invisible structure of your presence. It's how you define what reality feels like around you. If she's emotional, you remain still. If she's distant, you stay grounded. If she's dramatic, you respond with calm truth. You never let her dictate the emotional tone, because when you do, she becomes the leader. And no woman desires the man she leads. Your frame is not a wall. It's a foundation. It doesn't push her away. It makes her feel safe, because your calm proves that nothing outside you can shake what's inside you. The world is full of men chasing validation, texting, explaining, begging to be understood. But the man who remains silent, controlled, and calm, he becomes unforgettable. He is the question she can't answer, the mystery she can't define, the presence she can't shake. Because desire isn't born from what she sees clearly, it's born from what she can't quite grasp. The man who controls himself controls the entire dynamic. The man who doesn't becomes controlled by everyone else. Don't chase, don't explain, don't beg. Lead, observe, command. Because in the psychology of attraction, the man who needs nothing gains everything.